Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? I hope you had a happy new year. Stuff like this is the first time recording on the MacBook. I want to make it a bit more professional, and a bit more clear, a bit easier to see than on a phone. So, how could you have got this trade in 2 hours of the new year on Ethereum USD with the 1551 model? So that is exactly what we're going to go over. So first and foremost, we need to mark our liquidity. Now if we're going in to market open right here, our liquidity points would be this one right here. We got this one right here. This one already gets taken out. However, it continues higher, hence why this liquidity doesn't need to be marked for the purpose of backtest. However, for the purpose of if you was live trading this, you'd have this marked. However, it continues higher and you wouldn't have got a trade in your direction with the 1551 model, and I'll go over that in a couple of different videos. So mark up our buy side, sell side liquidity. This buy side gets hit, which means this now turns, in this example, into our equilibrium discount point. Now what that means is, after we've got this, we look for our most recent low if we've just taken up buy side, and our most recent high if we've taken up sell side. So I have two indicators on called fractals and SFL open, so that just means the session opens are already marked for me, and fractals show the fractal highs and lows of price. Now step one, I'm going to write in a little text box right now, mark buy side, sell side. Cool, let's put that in black right now. Cool. Next, we need to mark up our equilibrium point. So we're here, we're taking on this buy side. This is our most recent low. Now if there was a low here, we'd do it from here. However, this is where our most recent low is, our most recent fractal low. This isn't the low because it hasn't got a fractal underneath, which means this low has happened on different time frames, not just the one right here. So to use the GAN box, you click from the discount point right here and you drag it up to here. We don't put it on here because we don't look at it on the 15-minute. What we now do is we wait for price to get reacted to right here on the 5-minute. We wait for a fractal higher to get put in. Now if this didn't go higher than that, this would be the fractal high after that candle, and then we start looking for trades here. So what we're going to do is we are going to put our equilibrium top right here. Now we're going to look usually on the 5. I like to use the 5, 3 or the 1 you can use, or the 15 sometimes. However, in this example, because we had a massive candle right down here, I got the majority of the TPs that I would have put in from the 3-minute. You could obviously use the 1-minute and get fair value gaps here, but I'll show you how I personally would have traded it. So here we are actually going to put in our line just to make sure it's a bit clearer. So this is something you don't need to do, something I do, and I put a vertical line here. So what this means is this high isn't a high until there's a low. So this high got made because the low followed, setting this as a high. So now we look for trades after this 2 candlestick pattern, if you want to call it like that, has been set in. So if you had this example, this, you wouldn't put it right here because there's no low. If there was a low here below this one, then you would put it here. So yeah, let me know if that makes sense. So like I said, you don't have to do it, I personally do. So let's get on the 3-minute look for TPs. Where could we have targeted? Now we would have targeted this low right here. So just in case you wasn't aware, I look for PD arrays below discount. So I would have targeted that low. You could have targeted the equilibrium of the fair value gap if this candle wasn't a thing, because you could have targeted that, or you could have just targeted the bottom as it's still in discount. However, this candle took it out, so it doesn't count. That would be TP1 now. You could have that as a second TP. Personally, I think it's a bit close, but I'm going to put them all on just so you can use different options when you're trading. You'd have this fractal low, this fractal low. Now normally we would be using fair value gaps and order blocks. However, in this exact example there is no fair value gaps on the time frames that I like to use, not even on the 1 minute for this right here. So I'll show you how we could have got a TP for that. So these are fractal lows right here that we could have used for take profit. You don't have to use each single one, because you know, I'm just showing the options that you have. Now the next TP that would have been in discount would be here. However, that's a bit of a jump from here to here. So what I would have done, it doesn't matter where you click it, you just need the middle line. So I've taken it from here to here. There's the equilibrium in between the top TP right there and the bottom of the equilibrium right there. So you'd have had that as a take profit. Is that going to delete the right one? Yep, perfect. And now, right, we're going to get our text back. Also, let me know if the mic's alright or if it's a bit too loud or anything like that, and I'll adjust it for next video, because I want to start making a lot more videos in 2024. This is the year that shit gets done. Now 3, so we've marked our buy side, marked the equilibrium, we've now marked our PD arrays. Now in the TikToks I use equilibrium and PD arrays in step 1, but for a YouTube video I can actually show you a bit easier than giving you hundreds of slides that you get bored of. So our TPs are set out. Now what are we going to do? We're going to head down to the 1 minute time frame, look for our entry model. Now let me just state this. This is on 15 minute. This is on the 5 minute. This is on the 5 minute or lower. Entry model is on the 1 minute. So I'm going to jump onto the 1 minute right now. Put this right here so you can see it. So what is an entry model? What is my entry model? Now a lot of you man will already know this. I look for a break of structure, fair value gap. That is what I like, and I like taking it from the equilibrium, or it's called the CE now. It's called, let me just Google it real quick. Someone taught me this in my comments actually, so shout out to you. I just called it equilibrium of the fair value gap. However, it is actually called, what is it called? Middle line. Sorry about this, guys. CE. It is called the consequent encroachment. So that just means 50% of the fair value gap. So what that would mean is, say that's a fair value gap, I like to look for entries on the middle line or the CE, or I just like it to come up and test it a little bit and respect it. So we're going to look for our entry model right now. So we look for our break of structure first, then a fair value gap. So this line shows where we're going to look for trades from. So the most recent low right here breaks, but isn't much with displacement. However, if you would have taken it, there would have been no fair value gap anyways, so you would have moved it on to the next low right here. I'll delete every time so we get perfect. So we break structure right here, fair value gap there, however we don't come and retest it, so that's fine. Our next low is right here. Now this doesn't even break until this one, which also breaks that, which is what we like, which is what this trade will be taken off. But this one doesn't break, it breaks this one. So we're going to delete this one, got a new low, and now we have our fair value gap right here. So let me just mark this as our break of structure. This is our fair value gap, and as you can see it tests the middle line quite a lot. However, we wouldn't really be needing this. We just want to inspect. Now this is where I started using market executions, because I can actually watch, right? So if I know the middle line's right here and the TP is 660, I can put that into my lot size calculator with the exact amount, and then I can just watch price. If I get the reaction that I want, then I can enter. So that is how I like to do. I don't really like limit orders anymore. I like to see the actual reaction, because sometimes you can have the middle line in perfect setup and then price just goes into your entry point and just continues, and now that wouldn't have happened if you was market executing. So yeah, so we are watching price. This fair value gets made, that's perfect. And the reason why this fair value gap would have been more in my interest rather than this or this is because I'll get into this a bit more deeper later on to a couple more episodes. But this, the fair value gets made, this doesn't close below, so it respects this bit, which shows it is most likely going to retest. Now I'm going to explain a bit more of that later down the line, but for now I just want to keep it a bit simple, just let you men understand, see if you get it, see what doesn't work, what makes sense for you, and I can explain whatever. So I've got my market execution ready. I'm watching price. I've just seen prices come up, tested the fair value gap to the middle line and rejected. Now this is the point where I'd have entered, so it's come up. I probably would have entered as soon as it leaves, or you could have waited for it to close. It's honestly up to you, but because I like market execute, I've done this model for quite some time now, I know exactly what I'm looking for, and if I'm looking for what I want, it will happen. So stop loss, your goes right above the nearest fractal high, right there. Now a lot of people are blown up on TikTok on this one video, and everyone's commenting on the RR. Now let me explain that really quick. So let me just put in entry model, place in our stop loss, 1 minute. So this, in this example, this is the nearest fractal high, so that is where my stop loss is going to be. Now in the trade that I blew up on, my take profit was here, and like here, somewhere around here, and a lot of people were commenting on, oh, you only got a 1 to 1 or 1 to whatever, like, and that is just because I'm following strict rules. I could have easily had my take profit right here on the video and had it down here, the same TP, and got a better, but that was not in my trading rules. So that is what I'm going to commit to. This is what I know what works. I know what place will invalidate my trade. So yeah, just thought I'd address that. If you've come from TikTok and you've seen that, that is the exact reason. So stop loss above the fractal high. Cool. Where are we going to place our TPs, guys? Where do you think? Now this actually is the secret sauce, I think, from what I've seen in my trading, pinpoint entries and exits. Ever since I started using the middle line of the fair value gap and targeting them equilibriums of fair value gaps, or in this case obviously I've got just lows, swing lows, but secret sauce honestly changed my trading a lot, and I'm not even trying to clickbait you, man. This is just what works for me. This is what's going to keep working for me. So stop loss above there, where we're going to place our TPs. So obviously we've made our PD raise earlier, we're going to target those. So we can now target that, and our equilibrium of both TPs from this little range here, and then you could have targeted down here as well if you'd have wanted to. So now let's see how that trade would have played out. And as you can see, barely, not even a pip in drawdown. Barely a pip in drawdown. How much drawdown did we have? Not even a pip in drawdown. Perfect trade, and ever since it's been up. So that is the 155 model. I hope you understood. I hope you understood it. This is my first proper video, so let me know. The mic might be a bit too loud or anything like that, so just let me know. Anything you need in the comments, put in it, I'll reply. My Discord, I've got a little Discord open. Let's see if it will actually show. Yeah, perfect. Discord right here. So I've just got a little community right here where we chat, just talk about whatever. Got my models in here. Obviously this, you don't need to join this, but if you want to, feel free. Got loads of data up in here. Always getting back to everyone because I appreciate every single one of you. Don't mind my tabs up here, I just installed OBS. But yeah, let me know. These are going to get pumped out, so just give me any improvements that you can think of. And yeah, hope you had a good New Year's Eve. Hope you're all looking forward to 2024. And yeah, man, just let me know. Link in the description for the Discord. But yeah, peace.